Hello everyone, my name is Andrei Dima and I'm a travel photographer, and today I want to talk about the Nikon D850 and if you should get one in 2021. I've been using this camera for 3 years now and I used it in all types of conditions: rain, snow, in sandy locations, dropped it a couple of times, and it is working perfectly. Yes, it has some scratches, but that is it. This camera is built to last. The magnesium alloy and carbon fiber body will keep this camera working for many years to come. The display is in good condition with minor scratches that you can barely see, and I haven't even used any screen protection. I have seen some camera screens deteriorating after just 1 year of use. It is simple, this camera is built to last and endure heavy conditions. Let's talk about the price of this camera in 2021. I think this is a good reason to get one. You get one of the best DSLRs ever made for 2,400 euros or dollars. New, and I have seen even lower prices during the holidays. You could get it refurbished for 2,000 or even second-hand for 1,700. Those are some great prices. The new Nikon Z7 Mark II is 3,500. With this money you get the D850 and 2 great lenses. Speaking of lenses, you have such a wide variety of lenses you can choose from. New, second-hand and vintage from Nikon and third-party manufacturers like Tamron and Sigma. Think how many lenses you could get with the money you would pay for a Nikon Z24-70 f2.8 S lens. That is 2,400. You would have all focal lengths and apertures available and not just from Nikon, like the Z system. The autofocus is amazing. I never had any issues with it, and I used it for bird photography, where it performs very well, street photography, of course landscape, architecture and portraits. I tried the Z7 when it came out and I was not impressed with the autofocus. I know they improved it with firmware updates and the new released Z7 Mark II, but some people still think the D850 is better for sports and birds. And the Viewfinder Lag and Blackout doesn't help. These photos here are shot with the Nikon 50mm 1.8 and the diffusion filter, and the focus was spot on every time. Look at the details. The 50mm 1.8 is not the sharpest lens at f1.8 and the diffusion filter softens the image a bit. But you still get a lot of detail because of the great 45 megapixels back illuminated sensor, which you can find in the Z7 and the Z7 Mark II. This sensor, besides the nice resolution, has great dynamic range. I took this photo after a long day of shooting from early morning to late at night, and because I was tired I forgot to change my settings and got this. But because of the D850's amazing dynamic range, I could recover it in post. This was also helped by the native low ISO of 64. For a 45 megapixel sensor, photographing in low light is great because you have so much resolution. When you denoise in post, you still get a lot of details. I almost forgot, you have the option for silent shooting in live view. If you want this camera for video, you should keep in mind that the autofocus is very bad. You get 4K up to 30 frames per second, full frame with no crop, at 150 megabytes per second, which should be enough for most people, and 1080p at 120 frames per second. This camera was made with photography in mind, not video. The Nikon D850 is on the heavy side, but the battery gets you 3 times more photos than the Z7 and the Z7 II. More batteries, more weight. The ergonomics of the D850 in my opinion are great. It has one of the best grips I used from any brand. The buttons layout and custom buttons are just fantastic, and of course it is weather sealed. It has a great back touchscreen which is better than most new cameras, and it's tiltable. And let's not forget about the amazing illuminated buttons. The option for focus stacking, which is great for landscape and architecture photography, also have the option to make 4K time lapses internally and 8K with an intervalometer. With the lower price and the amazing collection of lenses, the Nikon D850 is a great option for photography in 2021. And I think it will be a while until we get new sensor technology or curved sensor, so this sensor is going to be enough for the next 5 years. It has fast autofocus, great image quality, focus stacking, internal 4K time-lapse, it is built like a tank and has amazing ergonomics. If this is what you are looking for, you should get this camera, especially for photography. If you want better video, eye detect, good video, autofocus and a smaller body, and have enough money after 2020, you should go the mirrorless way. Nikon did a great job with the D850, and I hope in time they will do the same thing with the Z system. I hope they release a Z8 and a Z9 and impress us all like they used to in the past with their cameras. I still think this is the best DSLR ever made, and I think this camera is gonna hold up for years to come. Tell me what you think in the comments below, and if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. If you like my photos, check out my presets pack in the description below. If this video was helpful, please like and subscribe. This helps me grow my channel and make more videos for you to watch. See you next time.